Welcome back, episode 16 of the 167 podcast. Me, myself, Jerome. No one next to Jerome this week. No guest or anything, but producer Dyor Dave is in the house.
Filling. He's been caught off. He's been caught off the bench. Reserves.
Called up to the big times. I'm honoured.
Subbed in, and you were telling us earlier, don't mistake him for Mario off Mario Kart with that red hat.
Yeah. No, don't worry. I got the full beard, not just the moustache. But hey, look, he's Italian. You know, he's got a nice girl in Peach. I could be doing worse than Mario.
Whoa, hold on.
So you're saying you got a nice girl?
Yeah.
I said I could be doing worse than Mario. I don't.
Can we get an update on how the talking stage has she come back from?
No, she actually gets back tomorrow, that girl, from the previous episode. But yeah, I've been warned by a few people though not to talk too much about my dating life on public podcasts. So
yes, I feel like it's gotten a couple people in trouble on other podcast platforms. So we'll keep you out of it. It's interesting to know.
We're still going to bait it though, but you just need to stay strong and don't tell us anything.
I'll fill you guys in on the details once the mics are off.
Yeah, or just come prepared and give us some real political answers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Or just lie.
True. But no, big episode this week. We've obviously got our primer. We'll talk about what's doing. We had our connection camps, Origins coming up.
Bye week.
Bye week. Big fan. There's a lot happening. So let's start us off. It's been a big bye week.
Yes.
You look fresh, ready back from Bali.
I'm fresh. Bali. Went to Bali actually.
How was?
Had a wedding over there. Good friends Mitch and Marley. They had their wedding over there down in Uluwatu. Great spot. I was telling someone before, like, Uluwatu's a spot now, I reckon. Like, every time we go, Uluwatu's a go.
What's the difference between Uluwatu and what's the other place called?
Like Seminyak and Canggu and there. I reckon it's more chilled. Like, there's still a lot of people there, but there's not as much, like, shopping or, like, there's not as much people walking the streets and sort of thing. I feel like Seminyak and up those ways are a bit more party vibe, where down Uluwatu it's a bit more surfers, and I'm not saying I'm a surfer, but there's a bit more surfing. There's a lot of nice gyms over there, and sort of that just sort of vibe. Gym, workout, brekkie, lunch, surf.
Yeah, we get into that age now, Hughesey.
Yeah, I'm getting on.
How is it a drive from Seminyak and stuff? How far
it's
is
a bit.
it?
So
where is it? If Seminyak's there in the middle,
down the bottom. Uluwatu's down the bottom. Yep.
And then what's above it?
Canggu and that's above. So the airport's in the middle, Seminyak's up top. Well, not right up top, but like up. And then Uluwatu and Bingen are down the bottom. So
right.
Yeah.
Any scooters?
It was good. Uluwatu, yes. So we went to Seminyak for a night and no scooters. Too dangerous for me. Uluwatu's not as much people down there. And I think Mo only trusts me on a scooter down where it's not that busy. So, but it was good. The weather was all right. It was rained a bit, but at least it was warm. And then once we got off the plane here, it was back to reality. But
did you fly in last night?
Monday night.
Nope.
Yep.
No Bali belly?
Monday night. No Bali belly. No, we're sort of, to be fair, like the establishments over there are quite good now. I feel like they're more, I guess, fancier, and they're more, worked out what not to do over there. And they don't just do it the cheap way anymore. It's a bit more expensive.
Can you still eat? Like, what do you eat there? Like,
they got some of the nicest food ever over there, right? Like, they got everything. Like, you could go to like a Japanese place and they'll have everything, like legit everything. So you find all types of cuisine. A lot of nice food. The only thing you probably can't do is drink the tap water these days. So yeah, pretty smart. And maybe some raw food you might have to be a little bit careful with, but other than that, it's good.
Interesting. So I'm scared to go to Bali because I don't want to
get
Bali belly.
Nah, I think you'll be fine. You don't eat anything off the streets, you'll be fine.
Yeah, right.
Off the side street barbecues, but it was good. Wedding was nice. Nice venue. It was on the cliff for the ceremony in a little church there, like a glass church, and then we went to like a little bit into the jungle. Not the jungle, but there was like trees and that around there, sort of a garden type place.
Nice and zen.
Very good. It was zen. But it was good. Good break. Ready to go for 2 more weeks and then another break.
Yeah, we're off. And that's right. What do we got? You got Titans, Cowboys, 9 days off. Are you going to go away again? There you go.
Might go back to the Goldie this time. Won't go anywhere too far. But yeah, golf. Actually played golf over there.
Oh, how was that? Yeah, you said
It was good. It was good.
What was the course called again? Yeah.
New Cooter. It was crazy. Like I don't know, because when we got there must have been a tournament on, and it was packed, and there was just people talking everywhere, and we had no idea what to do. We got in there and they gave us like these little passport things. They look like passports, got our scorecard and our name on it, and they just said, "Oh, go down the bottom," and down the bottom there's so many people, bro. So everyone has to have a caddy. So you get your own caddy.
They enter you in the tournament, did they?
No, like you have to get your caddy if you play there.
Yeah.
So they was pumping, blah, blah, and then we were under the pump. We were like, where do we go? Like not much direction going on. The ladies, oh, your name, blah, 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 bang. Took us to our carts. And we were like, we thought we would have a caddy drive us everywhere because it said in like the pamphlet when you go. But so me and my mate, we sat together and we're like, oh, we must not get in caddies. Two of them just jumped on the back and just held on and drove us and took us everywhere. And it was actually grouse. Like they done everything. Like bring our clubs. Like we weren't allowed to drive on the grass, which is fair enough. But like we could just walk to our ball. They have pretty much like 8 clubs in their hand going, oh, which one? It's this far. This is what happened, blah, blah, blah. So it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, right. Any good reads? Anything you used?
Yeah. So like they would line our ball up every time. So we wouldn't have to take a mark or anything. They would mark it with theirs and then they'd grab it and then they'd line it up for us and then just go like, oh, right to left or flat, hit it hard uphill. And sometimes it didn't even look like what they were saying, but they were bang on every time.
Yeah, wow.
It was crazy. It was good.
Yeah. Did you play a good round or?
Nah, I hit 94 or something, which is not too bad.
That's about,
About the handicap, but I was keen to go. It was just slow. Kind of got me frustrated.
So there was a tournament on the days.
Yeah, I don't know. There must have been some comp because there was so many people there, bro. Like, it was packed.
What was the course like out of 10?
It's hard to say. It was quite. It was on the cliff. So it was on the cliff. There was.
Oh, so some good views.
Yeah, some good views. A couple of the holes. I think it was hole 12, maybe. It was like off a cliff, and it was mad. Like surf was pumping. So we got a couple photos of that, but it was nice. It was good. It was well looked after too. And because it rained the night before, and we were like, oh, it's going to be no good, but I got there, sweet.
Good drainage.
So I reckon I'm getting back.
New Cooter.
I'm getting the what do you call it?
The bug.
The bug back. The bug. It only takes one injury and then the bug's gone again. But one niggle and the bug's gone. But
so you get a bump at training.
I might rest this week. No golf. Damn it.
Yeah, that's right. You're not even doing contact anyway. So.
Yeah. And I still get banged up. What'd you get up to, Paps?
I had a real wholesome weekend.
I can't wait to hear this.
Harry was meant to come down.
Did he pull out? Did he?
He pulled out, but fair enough. He had a work deadline, and he made a thing with his boss that if he got it by Friday morning, his boss would pay the $80 fee that would have changed his flight, and he could have come down. But anyway, he didn't finish the work, so cancelled it Friday, which then freed up sort of Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I was like, well,
did you go home? Did you stay?
I stayed here. So Saturday morning, I went to. What did I do Saturday morning? I went to the farmers market Saturday morning.
Where's that at?
Just in like Sandringham. Near the Oval there.
Yeah.
Went there, got some fruit, veg, walked around, cruised. That was nice.
Yeah,
don't get to do that
around.
usually.
Yeah,
no. It was nice. Weather was really good down here.
Is it?
Yeah, sun was out. Chilly, but like that nice.
Yeah, but nice. In the sun, it was nice. Yeah.
And then Sunday, which was a great day. Had an awesome day on Sunday. I think I went to the sauna Sunday morning. Started the morning really well. Then went to watch some local VFL.
VFL?
Yeah. So Sandringham Zebras is my local team.
Yep.
Yep. So they were playing against Gold Coast Suns. So they played out at is it RSEA Park out where St Kilda train. Do you remember we trained there before?
Yeah. What's that called?
It's like Moorabbin.
Yeah.
So that's only 10 minutes from me. So I drove out there, watched that, and this is where the story starts.
Okay.
So got to the game, just kicked off, sitting there enjoying it. Was a bit tired from the night before, so actually at halftime just nodded off, had a little nap in the stands.
Did you actually?
Yeah, I was by myself. It was just nice. I was sitting away in the stands, incognito, just sitting there watching.
I was going to say, that's hard to believe you fell asleep at a game, but
halftime, so it was like...
I've roomed with you before, and you can nap whenever.
Yeah, it's a special talent of mine. So was doing that, had a nap, woke up for the second half, and so I got to set the scene here. The game was meant to finish at 2:00. Would have finished at 2:00 on the dot. The women's VFL started at 2:00, and that was at the ground in my house. I was like, well, I want to watch that. So I was like, I'll leave this game early, get lunch, and then go watch that. Girls. Yeah, down at the local oval. So I was like, sweet. 5 minutes to go. Gold Coast up by 18. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to go now because 18 points.
GG's.
3 goals in a couple minutes, not going to happen. I walked down the stairs and I just had this feeling. I was like, okay, I'm not going to leave yet. I'm going to wait till 3 minutes to go because 4 goals in 3 minutes, probably not going to happen.
No.
Anyway, so I waited. I watched from like outside the stadium till the 3-minute mark. I was like, all right, time to go now.
So no goals were scored.
No goals scored. Still 18 points. Get in the car, go to Saul's Sandwiches down in Blackrock, get a nice pastrami sandwich, stroll over to Trevor Barker Oval and sit down and watch the VFL women's. And I check my phone, draw.
Oh, they come back. They scored 3 goals.
They scored 3 goals
in 3 minutes.
What made it even better was they actually scored one of their goals on the siren from outside 50 to tie it.
Oh my God.
So I'd missed this like spectacle of a game.
It would have been going off too.
And I had this guilt feeling of being like as I was walking down the stairs, there's got something going to happen here. So I gave it time, but I didn't give it enough time. And I'm filthy at myself because I always, if I'm at a game and I see people leave early, I'm like, why? Like, there's always a chance. Yeah. But then it made it even rarer. The women's VFL side drew as well.
Did you watch that whole game?
So 2 draws in one day.
Fuck, that's crazy.
And I stayed to watch that game because I was like, I can't leave missing this one. Yeah. So shout out Sandy Zebras. So the 2 big draws, and I just felt like a real wholesome, pure weekend of just relaxing.
Something you probably wouldn't do.
No.
Or you can't do, really.
Which, like, you probably value more that now you can't do it as much.
Yeah.
But, had a great time. But
it's good.
That leads us into our primer.
It
got me thinking after that game, and I was filthy at myself, but have you ever left a game early and the results flipped it on its head? Dave, you're in this as well because I feel like you've been to your fair share of footy, sport environments. And I feel like this is my first one.
Because I'm a sports fan, so I usually stay to the end. But I did have my uncle who used to always leave early to beat the traffic. He was one of those real like kind of pedantic people. So he's like, oh, we got to go get the traffic. And we would go to lots of games with him when we were younger. So we call that doing a Jeffrey when you leave the game early. And he would have missed that many.
Not bad. That could really catch on here.
I like that.
Yeah.
Doing a Jeffrey. So I've done a Jeffrey.
Yeah, you've done a Jeffrey and you've paid the price.
Yeah. I was filthy at myself. And like, there's a clip, I think the AFL or VFL posted on their Facebook, so you can check it out, of the goal. And it was
I might have to watch it.
Impressive. Like, very, very good.
Outside 50 on the hooter.
So what was Jeffrey? What did he...
Did he just it doesn't matter the score?
Yeah, it doesn't matter the score. Like maybe he'd stay a little bit longer if it was close, but like he would have to beat the crowds. He would have to leave before everyone else got up from their seat.
Shout out Jeffrey.
And this was all the Waratahs games back in the day at the SFS.
Oh, talk about Waratahs game. Did you see the...
Yeah, I was... What was your post talking about?
Well, like X did the exact same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was to draw it though, eh? Or was that to win it?
No, to win.
Oh, they ended up winning that game.
And they had to... If you remember we were talking about the ladder last week?
Yeah, they had to go. Yeah.
They had to win that game.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah, that just reminded me of... Yeah. There would have been people... Oh, no, probably not leave early because Force would.
Yeah, they had to.
That was their home ground.
Yeah.
What about you, dudes?
Yeah, I'm a Jeffrey. Honestly, I always got to leave early, eh? Like, not leave early, but if it's... I just don't like the crowds. Like, if you're at a game... Unless the game's absolute blinder.
Well,
like,
what's your set margin? Like, you go to an AFL game?
True.
What point do you get to?
If it's 18 points, I'm staying.
In 3 minutes?
I'll probably be gone by then. That's all. You know what I mean? Because say 10 minutes. I'll give myself 10 minutes. If it's inside maybe 18 points, I'm staying. I'll just stay to the end.
Yeah.
Where if it's 24, 30 points, 10 minutes, I've got to go. Skip the traffic, get home nice at a reasonable time. Because you know what it's like. You go watch AFL at the G or something. You're going to be... The difference between leaving 10 minutes earlier and 10 minutes later is about a 45-minute round trip.
But I feel like that's part of the experience. That you're locked into that. You know that's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, that at times I am happy to do that, but I'm Jeffrey.
Yeah, right.
I'm Jerome.
Yeah, well, I didn't think I was a Jeffrey, but I think
I don't think you are. I think that was just a one-off.
Yeah.
That was a one-off. It sounds like that was a one-off.
And I'll never leave a game early again. Yeah. Actually, I do have. You go first, but I do.
Mine. I remember back in the day. 2004, I was living in Wellington with my family, and we didn't ever used to get rugby league games much. So we got the Bulldogs come over and played the Warriors there. And I only remember this because it was a bad thing, but they ended up, it was a close game for a bit, and then Bulldogs ran away with it for a little bit, and then we were like, oh, sweet. Well, my parents told my sister and my brother-in-law to take us home, so I had no control over it, being a Jeffrey, but I got told to go because they were gone anyway. So we left, and they ended up coming back, scored 3 tries in 5 minutes and nearly won. They ended up losing by 6, but I only remember that because we had a little car crash. Not a bad one, so it's not bad, but my brother-in-law was driving and he went up the back of someone at a red light. So they obviously stopped and he went there. And I don't know why I remember it, because I remember my little sister was crying undies. And then he was like, this is so bad, but the bro was like, oh, pull over here, we'll chat about it. And then he was like, yeah, sweet, and just gapped it. We just went home.
Oh, no. You've just exposed your family.
Yeah, I just exposed them. I'm pretty sure he didn't have a license at the time. So
there's going to be a letter in the mail now.
I'm not going to say names, but I just remember that. And then I remember, because it was that game, and then I remember watching the highlights, not so much because I would have been about 10 then. But years later, when we kept talking about how that happened, we just kept going back to that game. So that's probably where I started, the Jeffrey.
Well, you've been inherited a Jeffrey.
That's what I mean.
It's in the blood.
I got booted home early by the olds. They were probably on the piss, so they wanted the kids to go home, and then that's where I started. Although it ended up a bad thing, so maybe I should have went the other way and made sure I stayed.
Well, maybe if you didn't, what do they call it? What's that theory called? It's like the that toaster theory. Oh, I've had a mental blank, but
toaster theory.
The burnt toast theory. Have you ever heard that?
No.
Oh, like a watch pot never boils or something?
I don't know. No. Let me explain it first. It might be the burnt toast theory is right. So you've put your toast on, and anyway, time goes by and it's burnt. So you put another toast on because you don't have burnt toast. But in that time, if that toast wasn't burnt and you pulled it out, got in your car and drove off and had a car crash, you know what I mean? It delayed you a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's if you didn't do a Jeffrey, maybe there wouldn't have been a car crash.
That's what I mean. That's why I was saying that should have pulled me away from being a Jeffrey, because I was a Jeffrey and then I crashed.
It's the burnt toast theory is what it's called.
Yeah.
And
I don't mind that.
Did I explain that right?
Yeah, that was pretty bang on. It's like everything happens for a reason, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And my example was it's probably a basketball game.
Yeah.
Went on to the States. I think it was Orlando as well.
Yeah.
No, actually it was Lakers. Yeah, it was Lakers, and then I guess the LA crowds I don't know. They just left early.
Really?
And it was a massive comeback, which basketball happens quite often.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's never over in basketball.
But then because I was there for the experience, I was like, well, I'm just going to watch it out. And then they came back, and then the crowd was just erupted. I got videos on my phone of me, my manager, and Kobe Shavosky as well, of their reactions of the comeback, and it was just this unbelievable scene. But it happens more than you think.
Yeah.
So
I don't know who was saying it, but when we played Raiders, apparently a couple of their fans were leaving when we were up 6 before they.
Maybe when we kicked the field goal and they just left.
Yeah, maybe they just thought it. Yeah, true.
Well, it got me thinking too. Imagine the grand final, Penrith Broncos. There would have been a few Jeffreys.
Yeah,
that
true.
Night. It's been a few in the soccer. There's
Yeah,
Moral of the story,
Yeah.
or the point I
Don't
want to get
leave.
out is don't be a Jeffrey.
Yeah. Unless you need to get home in time for something, yeah, you can leave early.
And
Give
thanks,
it a pass.
Dyor, for that new one. That could be
Yeah, I hope it takes off.
yeah. There'll be a few Jeffreys in the comments.
Uncle
Let us know
Jeffrey.
what his thing,
Uncle
but,
Jeffries.
Uncle Jeffries. Oh, that's outstanding. Oh, well, there's the primer for this week.
Brought to you by Munster.
Brought to you by Munster. All right, let's talk about footy.
Mm.
We'll go Origin
Yep.
straight off the bat. Big
Yep.
week. This will be
Few headlines coming out of Origin. Little niggles here. I think Payne Haas hasn't trained much, but
Yeah.
looks like he'll play. Stephen Crichton apparently picked up a corky,
Still in doubt, apparently.
which is quite sore. Like if you get a bad cork, which it sort of looked like, it is sore, and then it could be a strain. You never know, like how hard the corky was. Anyone else that was under a?
no. Usually it's Queensland who have the injury clouds, but the Blues have sort of adopted that.
You
mentality
reckon they're
this week.
fakies?
No, I don't think they're
Fakey
fakies,
ice
but
on the quads.
I don't think he's not going to play.
Yeah, it'd be pretty hard to stay out of a Origin game, eh? You'd go in there better.
Yeah, you just have
put
to
it on the
have
line,
the rest
eh?
after. Just get in there. Yeah, there's a few in doubt as well. Doesn't change my mind though.
No, neither. Has there been much, like, I haven't been hammering the social media, but like, has there been much of a bit of banter? I know last year there was a bit of, imagine Slatsy were going out a little bit in the media, but
Yeah,
have you heard anything else? Not much.
I don't think so.
Maybe Laurie's
Been-
just.
I don't know if it's I sort of haven't been looking too much either. But Dave, anything?
I haven't seen much. It feels like it's like no one's really the out and out favorite. It feels like for this first game, like Blues have got a good squad, obviously, but it's in Queensland. Like Queensland have a couple guys on debut, so it's hard to tell. But it's in Queensland, so I don't think any team wants to really, start going at the other team when they're not confident.
Yeah. You're against a bit of a ploy if you're not too confident, just to try and rattle them a bit.
Yeah, I think both teams are, or even the other way around. I don't know, get in their head if you already have the upper hand. But it feels like both teams are a bit, not really sure who's the out and out favorite.
It'd be the Blues, wouldn't it?
They would be favourites, wouldn't they? It wouldn't be split.
yeah, I think if it wasn't in Queensland, they would definitely be
Oh,
favourites.
yeah.
But that's why I sort of reckon Queensland might be. I mean, I'll check who the actual favourites are.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, New South Wales beat Queensland there, didn't they, last year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did.
Blues are favourites. Blues are $1.64 favourites.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'd say
yeah.
that's fair.
But yeah,
We were talking about it today. Do the refs put the whistle away?
Mm.
They normally do around this time. Not over exaggerating it, but they do a little bit, let the game flow, which make why the game's such a great spectacle. So
Yeah.
do you reckon they're doing the same?
It's a bit like there's international rules, there's NRL rules, and then there's Origin
Origin rules, yeah. Origin just go as long as you
Yeah.
can, boys.
I reckon as long as there's nothing over the top, like it's hard because that's like I think I actually did see something during the week. Was it Ricky Stewart come out and spoke about like we promote the aggression, but then we're like penalising it?
Yeah,
It's like, where do you draw the line? I was like, that's actually a fairly good point because we we show the big hits and we show this and that. And it's like, well, it's a fine line, like
not?
you live by the sword, die by the sword,
Yeah.
or and that's what Origin's about, right? Just tough efforts. And
Yeah, I'm more than happy for them to let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go unless you're like, legit taking heads off. But any accidental stuff and that, just from pure aggression, I'm happy
yeah,
to let it go.
incidental sort of
As
stuff.
long as it's not on our boys.
Maybe Firma, Moe. and
Yeah.
Tino
Maybe all the
will
Titans
be-
boys. Maybe they all get
Yeah, that would be
suspended.
nice. Yeah, no, that's. I feel like it's once again. Maybe it's because we haven't looked at it much, but it's just
Yeah.
quite under wraps. This one.
I was gonna I was like, when's it get like tomorrow? The game's tomorrow. Like, I know we live in Melbourne, but like, hasn't been as, I guess, it has been pumped up, but there's just hasn't been as much chat about it. I reckon.
Compared to last year, right?
Yeah,
Last year we were sitting here. Being
Last year
like,
was huge.
Oh, yo.
Yeah. Like, this is gonna be so good. Like, still gonna be good. Don't get us wrong, but yeah, it only takes one person to say something, or something happened in this game, and then everything's gonna go straight up.
Maybe
so.
we can spark it up.
Yeah. What should we make it? What a Mun say something about one of
Oh,
them?
yeah. Remember what Mun said earlier? Oh, he just texted me, actually.
He said he's going to take all of them. He's going to take all their heads off.
Yeah, Munster said he's going after Latrell. That's what I heard.
Munster don't even know what he's doing. He just rocks up in the night and does what he does. Yeah, I think that's about it for Origin A. We had our predictions last week, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm staying with Queensland.
Yeah.
Oh, we had the full 3A.
Well, we were going to talk about the Origin on the standalone weekend. What do you reckon about that?
Yeah.
So how would that be different to now? So it would be like there wouldn't be any footy on it, just be Origin for those 3 weeks?
I reckon, so shorten the season, less games, and then just the week where they can't play, the Origin players, say last week, just get everyone the bye.
Oh, okay.
And then this week, so you don't miss 2 weeks of footy.
So you'd go like Origin, NRL, Origin, NRL, Origin. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Like on the weekends with Origin, you wouldn't play any other footy?
Yeah, no other footy.
But then the next week would be
everyone
an NRL
plays.
game?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't mind. And then like maybe versus every team once throughout
Yeah.
the season.
Because then you can, obviously by doing that, you get less games. So you just shorten it. Instead of doing the same amount of games, and then the season will go for ages.
That's what I don't understand is I guess there's like a home and away advantage, but like you don't verse every team home and away. So like how?
Yeah, I don't know how.
Wouldn't it just make sense to go verse every team once? There's obviously broadcast deals in place.
Yeah. I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to, the broadcast deals are the ones that want to play as many games as they can, get as many eyes, but like. Was a lot of people missing from their last weekend's games.
And I think once they bring in, 2 new teams like Papua New Guinea and Perth, that's going to be 19 teams, and I'm sure they'll go for a 20th. Then already playing every team once is basically a 20-round season, which is not too far off from what we've got.
Yeah.
Well, then you start talking about, do you conference it up? That's the way I feel like it's supposed to go or going to go.
The more teams it should, you'd think so.
Yeah. Which makes sense. I don't know. I guess there's never going to be a perfect recipe to it.
Yeah. I've kind of got a bit of a controversial opinion on this. I kind of like the way it's structured now for the same reason a lot of people don't like it, because the club sort of lose players and have to play without, their top guys. It's almost like, as we were talking about before in Mario Kart, you get a blue shell if you're coming first. So if you're doing well, you're going to lose a lot of good players. And so it almost evens out the competition a little bit. You give some of the lesser teams a chance. But in saying that, you look at this year, the Cowboys and the Panthers, who both have 5 or so each, and they're not doing too well on the ladder. So yeah, it's tough going for them.
Yeah, imagine being a team down the bottom 8 fighting, and then you miss a lot of players during this period. It's a tough period where the other way you can get your best team out there nearly every week. So
is there more of a chance of the international footy then if you do shorten the season, then you get more international games and you grow that space as well?
Do a city country game the same weekend as Origin?
Yeah, you could. So there's those sort of things. And I'm sure there's people
Pacific
smarter
test.
than us sitting there discussing it, but
they probably have discussed. Yeah,
it just seems logical, right? That's a fair way to do it, or not a fair way to do it, but a reasonable way to do it. I'm for a standalone if that was ever a possibility. That'd be cool.
Yeah, it is. To be fair, it is cool seeing guys get opportunity to play in those times, but. Yeah, I don't know. There's got to be a better way to do it.
It's all ratings at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what they want.
It's the sad
because they got games on the weekend, and then people would have watched to where if they only had a standalone game, then
that's why
a lot of people would have still
works,
watched it though.
Yeah,
because everyone watches Origin,
and people still go. So
Yep.
Yeah. No, I'm a big fan of the standalone. If that was ever
Yeah. Well, are they still doing the third game is standalone? Is that right?
Nah, I think everyone still plays it.
Do they? Because didn't they do it a couple of years ago that, oh yeah, no, you're right, it's all on Wednesday. But yeah, I thought a couple of years ago they did
2020, because they had to do it after.
Well, yeah, 2020 was different because that was after. But I thought maybe No, I could be wrong. Could be imagining things.
Yeah, I think
Like the game in Perth and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no. So 2022, they did game 2 in Perth, and that was on a Sunday.
Did
And I
everyone
think
have to
that
buy?
Yeah, I think so. And I think they might have had like some Pacific tests.
Oh,
that
yeah.
weekend
No,
as
they
well.
had the
That's right.
rip round.
Yeah.
They had the rip
It
round.
was like Cook Islands and all
Yeah,
the
yeah, everyone.
episodes.
I think
that was
we
cool.
played.
I
I think
kinda
New
like
Zealand
that.
played. Yeah, so we had games on we still had games, but it was internet, like Pacific Test, and then
Yeah, imagine
The
that.
Origin.
Like it was like a ranking
Yeah.
of period.
yeah,
That'd be cool.
it would be cool. Like mid-year tests, fuck, they were grouse. Like obviously, if it's the same week as Origin, like Aussie can't play, but they still could. They'll probably put a good team together, but like get the Pacific Test going. I swear, yeah, it must have been 22 when they done that. It was good.
Yeah,
That's
like
not a
if
bad
you
way
don't
of
make
doing it.
Origin like, as a city country, or you do like an Australia A
Australia,
or
yeah, Australia play.
Australia 21s or
Mm.
look at us cooking up ideas.
Hey, Valandis,
Come on
give us
now.
a call,
Yeah,
brother.
get Flanders on the blower.
Imagine that he would just go, "Oh no, this is why you can't do this." Sorry, brother.
Yeah, boys. Pipe dreams at the moment. So, yes. All right, let's talk about footy this week then, because everyone's playing this week. Aren't they?
Yeah, I think there's 7 games maybe.
Yeah, 7 games. So it's Dogs, Dolphins, and Sharks who have a bye.
Gotcha. Oh, and the curse continues.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah.
Bro, when I
Holy
was
heck.
watching it, I was thinking, they got to come back. Like,
Yeah.
I tipped them too, didn't I?
You
Yous
didn't.
didn't.
Yeah, no, we would. Yeah, we
Yeah,
would.
I was like, nah, the curse is done here. And then I was watching the game. I was thinking, oh my God, like checking the scores. I was like, no way.
Yeah.
I was going to do the early crow though. I was going to text you and go, bro. But then I was like, nah, I'll wait till the game's finished and then.
So every team's safe
Crazy.
this week. So
Yeah. No curse
we
this
won't
week.
have to use the curse. But all right, let's do it. Let's go tips for this week then.
Yep. All right. Well, do you want to, tips from last week?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
first
please.
and
Yeah.
update.
Yeah, 0. Oh, no, I would have got 2. I would have got 2.
Everyone got 3 out of 5, which is basically 2 with the lock. So yeah, Paps, you and Ellie for Munster both tipped the Dolphins, and you both also got the Raiders, which was your lock. And then Hughesey, you just got the Roosters on the lock, and you tipped the Raiders as well.
Oh, wait, so I did go the curse.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
I
did.
backed
You went
the
against
curse.
it.
And
No,
you
yeah,
didn't.
we didn't. We were,
Okay.
I said this is my first time not backing the curse.
Curse.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Yes.
Who did Raiders versus?
was. Good.
That was a
Oh,
close
yeah,
game.
that was
yeah,
pretty
I,
close,
was,
wasn't
I
it?
heard that was a good game.
Yeah. Yeah, so okay. 3
Yeah.
that's all right. Like,
Yeah.
with the lock.
From 5. Yeah, with the lock.
Yeah,
so
take
2
that.
from 5, yeah. Not too bad.
Yeah, I had a shocker.
To
of the
be
week. I
fair,
got
there
0.
wouldn't have been too many that tipped well that week.
Yeah, especially that Roosters Sharks game. Like, I think that was the craziest result. Sharks weren't missing anyone,
That's crazy,
and
man.
Roosters had a few down.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's
Yeah.
go this week then, because it's some serious chance to bounce back.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Dyor, you're filling in for
I'm
the
filling
great
in for
man
Munster.
Munster. So you
Alright.
do as you please. Don't need a tip how you want to. You just do.
Don't hedge your bets either.
Yeah. Well, now I got to exactly. I got to decide with my comp at home whether I'm gonna go the same or not.
Sometimes I feel the less you think with these things, the
The
better.
better, yeah.
Well,
especially
see,
this
that's
year.
it.
Especially this year.
Yeah, we've got at the house I live in, there's 5 of us, and we've got a tipping comp on our fridge that we're doing. And the only person, the person who's coming first is the only girl in the house, Rachel, who just tips off vibes purely. Doesn't know much about, like, she knows a bit about footy, but she just tips on vibes, and she's winning by like 4 or 5.
Big vibes.
So,
All right,
yeah.
that's not a bad way of doing it.
Yeah. All right, first game, Dragons Knights at Jubilee Stadium, and Dragons are favourites.
And that's on Friday?
That is Friday. Yep, no Thursday game this week. That's the only game on Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't think there'll be, besides Ponga, not too many people backing up from that.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, Val Holmes?
Yeah, Val Holmes, yep. 3, 2, 1.
Dragons.
All 3.
Yep.
Yep.
All 3 Dragons. Next game, 3 p.m. Saturday, Storm Titans in the Gold Coast. Storm
3
are
p.m.
Is
favourite.
that the second game?
Yeah.
Do I just go Titans and then it's like a win-win?
Titans lock.
Because
and then
if
you
we
catch up to
win,
me if they
then we win.
Yeah. But then if you lose, there's going to be some
But then
serious
if we
questions
lose,
asked.
yeah, true. but then I'm still winning tip. Nah.
Yeah, is it worth it? What do you care more about?
Yeah. Imagine it gets down
Dinner
to
at
like
Nobu.
the last game, the like grand final, and you're behind by 1.
And
So
then
you've got to tip the other team.
Nah, that would be bad. Because then if we do lose, that'll be like this comes. He threw the game.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Stormers.
Storm. The Storms.
Fuck, I forgot who was playing.
Yeah,
there for a
you're
sec.
like-
I was like, shit. Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything. Just assume that you'd,
Yeah.
Storms.
All right. Saturday 5:30 in North Queensland. It is Cowboys Tigers, and Cowboys are favourites.
Cowboys, Tigers. Lachie Galvin gone or what?
I mean,
Is he
lineups
playing
come
this
out.
year?
I doubt he'll play this week. To be honest, lineups come out.
So
in
did
an
he
hour.
sign for next year? Is that right?
I don't think it's official yet, but they're saying it's going to be confirmed with the Bulldogs basically.
I seen immediately though.
Does that disrupt the Dogs? Surely it would.
Well, I was thinking who
weird.
plays where?
That's been all the talk, right? People have said like Burton to fullback.
I
Which is
thought
interesting.
Connor Tracy's
No way. He's
goes-
been good.
Yeah,
man.
he's going
Good.
so well.
Yeah.
he goes hundies. He's good for them.
Yeah.
But then you got Sexton, Burden, they've been going well.
Haywood, who's been coming off the bench.
Crichton, like you wouldn't move Burden. Oh, who's the other centre?
Maybe you go Crichton. Oh no, because then you're not really moving anything, are you?
Mm.
Oh, you go Crichton, fullback, Burton, centre.
But
Yeah,
then
but like
Connor
Tracy, he's been.
But I mean, it's Bronson
yeah.
Cherry who's also doing well in the centres.
Oh yeah, nah. This
Yeah, that's
I was gonna say. Oh, what about this one? Lock.
I was about to say, hear me out. Send him to Macca's. Just put on as much weight as you can. You're our 13.
Lock. Who's their lock at the
Because
moment?
they're quite a small pack as it is. The Dogs. So like,
Who is their lock? Kurt Mann? Has he been lock playing?
I think Kerman has been playing lock. Yeah, I just had a look at last week's team and they had Bailey Hayward in at lock, but that's because Kurt Mann's been starting at
in
lock.
Origin, eh?
Yeah, Kurt Mann's been starting.
Well, that'd be pretty harsh there. You take
Yeah.
Origin place.
yeah, but like,
But yeah, for
Yeah.
future, yeah, he's tall, man. Like, have you
Yeah.
seen him?
well, you know what I
He's tall
thought?
as.
I thought the same lines of, so when we played junior footy, Adam Dewey played lock for a bit and he was a gun in lock.
Yeah,
Mm.
he's a big body too.
He's a big body,
similar
yeah.
to
Yeah.
Galvin,
And
eh?
Galvin sort of like
that mold,
puts a bit
eh?
more weight on, but
Yeah.
like could do that.
I mean, like Jackson Hastings as well has played a fair bit of lock and in the halves.
Yeah. I mean, if
Yeah.
I've played lock before, then anyone can play lock. So.
Yeah, Wishy's probably played a bunch of lock as well.
Yeah.
No, it'd just be more defensively, That's the
Yeah, that'd be the hard thing for.
Mm.
But I feel like you get looked after a little bit more in the middle, like people around you
More
more. Yeah. But
Mm.
see
Yeah,
how we go.
see-
We could be. I don't even know if these rumors are true, but we're talking about it like it is.
yeah, which is always fun speculation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard rumours that Storm were going to sign Galvin and get rid of you, Hughesey.
Yeah, that's
Sorry
true.
to break it.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
going to Richmond Tigers.
The code swap.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, no, we're at Cowboys Tigers. Cowboys favourites.
Yep.
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 All right. 3, 2, 1.
Cows.
Cowboys. I was close to tipping the Tigers, to be honest.
Well, yeah.
Why?
It could go the other way, eh? They
Yeah,
could
because
just turn
Cowboys
up.
have a lot of players in Origin that will either back up and be a bit hurt or might not even play.
Well, actually, Munn mentioned that. Hey, so it was always harder playing on a Saturday or Sunday after Origin
Then a Friday.
than a Thursday or Friday. You wouldn't be allowed to play Thursday, would you?
Nah, sorry. Well,
Friday.
good one, Mun. Now Titan's going to know that you're...
Busted.
Got
and they're
busted.
going to come after you.
Or was he throwing the dummy out there?
True.
All right.
Okay.
Yep. Next game, Manly versus Broncos at Brookie, and Broncos are favourites.
What happened to Manly last week?
They
lost to
they lost. They were
Yeah, they lost to
favourites too,
Para.
eh?
to Para, yeah.
Yeah, Para played really well.
Para, they're looking pretty
Okay.
good. Like they're going well, but like they were missing Moses,
Lomax, Moses.
Lomax,
Yeah.
and like Moses is pretty big for them.
They
but
they lost. Did they lose someone early? Did they lose Penasini? Because that young kid who debuted come on, didn't
come
he?
on, did he?
On the wing?
Yeah, Joash Papali.
Yeah. So someone went off early.
So they done Rousey
Rollsy's got him up and about.
doing his using his magic.
Yeah, but we were talking about Turbo redemption game because he missed Origin and
Yeah, we were wrong.
we were wrong.
I didn't watch the game, so Turbo
Yeah.
might have went well, but you think if he goes well, they win.
Tough one. Okay.
So who was the team again? Bronx and Manly.
Bronx and Manly, yep, at Brookie.
Okay. I'm good.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Bronx.
Manly.
Broncos. Ooh,
Do
okay.
you want to use your lock?
How many games we got left?
3 after
Ah, no,
this
no,
one.
no. Hold. Hold. No more. No more bets.
No more bets.
Yeah, Bronx. They've been pretty poor, like recently, which they're going to come good soon. But they got a few Origin players. I don't know. Payne might not back up if he's been under injury cloud all week, and then I don't know. Manly. Yeah, I reckon they win.
Yeah,
Brookie.
I can see where you're coming
That'll be
from.
filthy.
Yeah, Brookie.
Turbo's redemption game.
Yep.
He's going to be on.
Are many of Manly's pack?
Out or
Ola Kawatu, is he in Origin?
no? He's
Yeah,
he's
he's there, but I think
reserves
he's-
though. Eh?
Reserve.
I think he played. He played on the weekend.
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
Yeah. Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah, Broncos, they got Carrigan out as well.
Out. Or, oh yeah.
playing
Yeah,
Origin.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We did that one. Next one, Souths versus Warriors. That is a Souths home game, and Warriors are favourites. And that's the first game on Sunday. There's 3 games on Sunday this week, which is nice.
Yeah. I'm good.
Yep. 3, 2, 1.
Warriors.
Souths.
Oh.
Ooh.
D, are you locking that?
No, I'm not going to lock it. I mean, I have the privilege of having all the odds in front of me, so I know what I'm going to lock.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. Something about Souths. Like that game against Brisbane the other week with Latrell was just, I'm kind of back on Souths. And yeah, Warriors away from home. I don't know.
I was gonna say that like Rabbitohs, they got the mastermind. They can get them up for any game, but I don't know. I still think Warriors are too good. They're only missing Barnett, I think. And he'll probably back up. So.
And I feel like because I'm doing Munster's tips, I have to separate him a bit from you guys so he can come back.
Yeah, but I forgot to get overall, but he'd be way down.
Yeah. Next game, Panthers Eels. It's at Combank, but it's a Panthers home game.
And who's favourites?
Oh, sorry. Panthers are favourites.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Panthers.
Eels.
Oh.
And I'm locking the
Oh, there's no way.
He had the lock from the beginning, I reckon. He's checked
I
those
actually
odds.
was deciding between this game and the next game. I wasn't sure.
Have
but-
you locked it?
Nah. So what
Nah.
are we saying again?
We're going to go.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I don't know. I'm done with tipping the Panthers. Yeah.
It'd be like, imagine playing in the halves with someone and then got to play them on the weekend.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I guess a lot of people go through it, but that's going to be a good game, I reckon.
Yeah, that'll be really good.
Combank though, that's pretty much Parramatta's home. It actually is their home, but
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't mind
All
that
right.
tip. But I'm still going Penrith.
Yeah.
Righty, yeah.
All right. Last game of the round, 6 p.m. Sunday. Roosters Raiders at Allianz Stadium, and Raiders are favourites. Although not by too much. They're $1.82 to Roosters $2.
Oh, that's the perfect lock then, isn't it?
Yep. All right. We know who you're going for.
Yeah, well,
I have to.
Yeah, I have to. as
Yep.
well.
3, 2, 1.
Roosters.
Raiders.
Lock.
Yeah.
Locking it in.
Kevin
Roosters
Lock.
Yep.
They just keep turning up.
Oh,
man.
I was just about to say that. They just, they've been. Yeah, no one thought they were going to go this well, did they?
They had all their Origin guys out this week.
Yeah, still won. But even they've beaten some good teams, and they're a few injuries out and whatnot, and they lost a lot of players last year, but they still keep turning up. So
And it's not even like they just got it over the Sharks. Like,
no, they
it.
pumped me.
Yeah.
I was watching. He's a freak, bro. That Mark.
Yeah.
Marky
and
Mark.
Nwanga
I watched the
Tina.
highlights.
How do you say it? I don't want to.
Nawanga Nitawase.
No one to us. He's freaky, man.
Athletic.
Yeah, he's just an athlete. Me, him, Brick. Yeah.
He bounced back well from last week.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
With the high balls, the poor bloke.
And I mean, it is only his first year in
He played.
rugby league,
He played
like,
centre though, did he? On the weekend?
He played. Yeah, he played in the centres.
Yeah, maybe that's the spot.
Mm.
Oh, the Robert Toyer's there. Eh? Maybe.
Yeah.
He's done well.
He's done good. He played like after 2 games of rugby league or something. Yeah, he played 2 reserve grade games last year and then straight in.
Well, it's kind of similar like Moses Leo.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say that. Mo played 1, I think. 1 for
North
Bears
Sydney,
and then
right.
played for us. So, yeah, those Sevens guys, man, they're athletes.
Yeah, they're freaky levels of fitness. Like I could never.
And strong.
Yeah.
I reckon that's a bit of a difference, hey.
And fat, they're just
quick, powerful, all of the above. I guess you have to be for sevens, don't you?
Yeah,
you gotta have it all.
That's their game. The only thing that changed would be like defensive movements and that's about it. Defensive reads, they probably don't have to do that.
Probably more tough work as well.
Like, like coming
carries out of yardage or whatnot. But he seems like he's up for it. So okay, well, me and Hugh, did we do any different this week?
Did we? Yeah, surely.
I don't think we did.
Oh, you guys? I don't know. I don't think so. Because you all tipped the favourites except for the last game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, can we get an updated score, please?
Yes, we can.
It's obviously the same, but I just can't remember what it was.
Well, yeah, it hasn't really changed because you all got 3 out of 5 last week. So Paps out ahead on 62, Hughesey on 57, and Munn on 51. But if Queensland win, that'll be a bit of a boost for Hughesey and Munn.
Oh, yeah. You locked them. Did you lock them last week?
Did we lock them?
Did we tip them?
No. Last week
I locked the Roosters.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But did we tip last week, though, for the Origin?
Yeah.
We did.
I mean, yeah. And same for Women's Origin, I assume, because that's on Thursday night.
Is it?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Nah, we didn't tip the girls' game.
Well, is it going to be Queensland, New South Wales?
Well, after my last 2 tips, I might have to go against them because they haven't won me once.
Is it Women's Thursday night?
Yeah, Thursday night in Newcastle, I think. So it's good. There's still a game on Thursday.
Oh, well, shout out Blues. They wrapped up the series already. So let's go 2-0.
Yeah.
Good on you, ladies.
They haven't won in a while too. Is that right? I thought I'd seen something, but
a couple of years, I think. Yeah. That was I was at that game. It was a fun game, just in the pouring rain.
Oh yeah, how'd you go? Any big fans come up to you?
Well, yeah, kind of, no big fans. Couple Dyor Daves going around, but yeah, no big fans, unfortunately. Actually, I did bump into shout out NRL Roasty. He was there, had a good chat with him. He's loving the pod, so there's a big fan.
Oh, yeah, nice.
But no, it was a fun game. Do love a game in the wet.
So are we tipping Women's Origin then?
Yeah, okay.
Just for an extra point?
Well, obviously, we're going to stick to
Dave
loyalty,
might pick Blues for Munn to catch
up. Oh, no ways. I'm a Queensland boy through and through.
I don't know if you're a Queensland boy. I don't know if you're a Queensland boy. You're a Queensland supporter.
He's just gone
I'm a Queensland man. That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. We'll lock you 2 for Queensland, then go me Blues.
Yeah. Sounds good.
All right.
Sweet. You want to chat about the Titans game coming up?
Yeah, we do actually.
Yeah.
Early Saturday game.
Yeah.
Great slot. Great slot.
Yeah, I love the early games.
It's supposed to be wet up there, but isn't it?
Is it? I don't know.
Gold Coast.
I feel like their field's turf anyway, so it's
one of the best grounds to play at. Tracks, I reckon.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Should be good.
Yeah, we don't know who's going to back up.
Nah, I think that's the sort of cool thing about this time of year. It's sort of like a bit of chaos into it, but it's like fun chaos. You get to, I don't know, you just enjoy it a bit more because you don't know what's happening. Yeah. You know it's coming. It's not random chaos. You know there's going to be a bit of chaos, but it should be fun. Yeah. A few boys might get a chance to play. They haven't played yet, so be interesting.
I think we head up on...
Well, interesting week as well, considering Storm just signed Josiah Pahulu from the Titans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
JP, he was in today.
Yep.
Yeah, it was
been today, yesterday. We've been picking his brain to see what...
The Messiah.
The Messiah?
Mm.
Is that what they call him?
Were you there in the huddle yesterday?
Nah.
Oh.
What is that? Oh, is that his name?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a good name.
Yeah, Messiah. I think Howie told him it. But...
Oh, yeah.
He's good. No, he's a good fella. He's sort of sure they'll pick his brain on what the Titans do, but
Yeah.
who knows? I feel like it's a bit of reverse psychology. Maybe they've sent him this week.
Yeah.
So it gives us all this messaging.
How about the timing though?
Yeah, I know. Imagine that. And then they do the complete opposite and we look like frauds.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
Yeah. How does the club like break that news to you guys? Is there like whispers before like there is on the trade market in the media, or do they just sort of sit you down one day and are like, we just signed someone new?
Fuck, I just seen it in the group chat.
Yeah, no, there was like whispers in that he might be coming, but you know, there's whispers about everything in the game these days. But yeah, we just got a group chat on one of our apps, and they said we signed him.
You don't just see like new phone number added to the chat. You're like, who's this?
Nah. I think they announced it first to us on the chat, and then his name got added. So
it was funny today, but we were like watching clips on the Titans, and like he'd scored in one of them. So
Everyone
I
just
watch
started
this is
cheering.
here. Like, we don't need to watch this.
And Bells was like, "Oh, that's why I put it in, just to show you that he scored a try."
Yeah. And there's no initiation that the new boys who come mid-season have to go through? None that you can say on air.
Nah, we don't really have any, do we? We just have a nickname. Got to say, give us your best nickname.
Best nickname, and
Yeah,
So he went with Messiah.
Messiah.
yeah, just
Jeez,
Messiah.
that's big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
we'll see.
which compared to back in the day, I'm sure they would have had some crazy stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, it does seem a bit unfair that, you know, you boys had to do the IDQ camp and someone gets to come mid-season.
Nah, he'll be doing it. Don't you worry.
Oh yeah?
Me and him.
What, next year, or do they do a special one?
Nah, next year. Me and him will do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how long have you been at the club for? Because you've avoided it for you've avoided it for 9 years.
Hey, I might give him some tips how to get out of it every year.
There's going to be a squad next year doing it.
Yeah, I know.
There's going to be a
me.
big squad. You, Steph.
There is actually a lot, eh?
Yeah,
Because
heaps.
there's
Moe.
the last 2 years we haven't been able to do it due to whatever reasons, numbers or whatever. So they're saving it for. There's enough numbers next year.
What a watch, man.
Come on, Stace. I need you to pick me for Kiwis, brother. So I can.
No, but you've said
like
it.
I
You
missed it again.
You want to do it.
No, I do. But I'm scared it might put me into retirement. So I'm happy to do it on my last year and then retire.
True. Yeah, fair.
And then it will set me up for life after footy because I've been through those
Been in the
bad
trenches.
times.
It'd be like, you've had such a resilient career. You did IDQ once in your 10th year.
Saved it for the last
That was
bit.
a tough gig. Okay, well, good luck with your tips this week, Dave.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Thanks, mate. I hope for Mun's sake I do well.
Yeah, well, who knows? Will he be here next week?
Yeah, he should be, right?
Yeah, he'll be back.
When do you go and camp the week after that again?
No, it's like 2 weeks after that. I think.
Sweet. So he'll be back.
They'll probably give him a couple of days off, but
He'll come in.
he'll come in.
He
Yeah.
loves it. Okay, it's time for our Better Beer Big Fan of the Week moment. I think it's a... Have you got yours ready to go?
Yeah, I got one. Yeah. We've probably already spoken about it though, but do you want me to go?
Yeah, I reckon you go.
Well, I'm just going to go the Roosters. The Roosters are my big fan. I really enjoyed what they were able to do, and it's probably because they beat the team that beat us the week before. But just how they done it, like missing so many players, and like proper put on a score. Like it wasn't just a tight game. They actually turned it on, and I like the way those guys are playing. I like how the two halves are playing pretty well. Really well. That Sandon Smith, he's a good player, and then that young fella Savala,
Yeah.
he looks like he's been playing for ages.
Bro,
He looks like a veteran. So
kicks the ball a mile.
yeah, and he just cruises it. He like just steps up and just goes slow and just boots it as far as. Where I got to launch. I got to run 10 meters first and then wind up and do my quad every time I try to kick it that far. But yeah, I just really like what they're doing. And then you got like Teddy. Like he's been playing really well and he's obviously leading them. And yeah, I just thought they deserved my big fan because what they done. They were against a team that's been playing really well, in form, not missing anyone, going on a bit of a roll, and then no one expected them to win, but they just turned up and won. So it just shows that if you turn up on the day, you're a chance.
Give them their flowers.
Yeah.
Stuff.
And did you see the young gun Xavier Va'a, who I've got the times up here, came on the field 53 minutes 29 seconds, makes a line break 54 minutes 14 seconds, and scores a try.
Yeah,
so
crazy. I think they had
45 seconds on the field.
They had 2 debutants that played, so
yeah. Who's that?
It's a good.
Their juniors
club.
have been pretty strong the last few years, though. So I reckon it'd be good from that perspective, and being like the recruitment side, being like, well, you know what, we've done a good job setting this up. And,
Well, I seen something that was like, it was their team list from the weekend, and it said where they first played for Roosters, and there was heaps of like SG ball and like through their grades, and I think the caption was like, oh, they say they buy everyone.
When you were Roosters junior?
Yeah, I was there. I played SG ball there.
Yeah, but you were recruited.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I was
but
a
like
natural
Harold
junior,
Matz,
mate.
like Harold Matz and younger.
Bondi United under 13s. Shout out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is that blue and green, Bondi?
Yeah, green and white.
Green
and white.
Oh, sorry, yeah, green and white. Yeah. Same as the Coogee Wombats, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Coogee Wombats are a bit of a darker green, maybe. Or maybe that's Maroubra. Maroubra look like Souths, and I think Coogee Wombats are also, they're some sort of green.
Yeah, it's getting a bit expansive down in Bondi. And
Yeah. I only played 1 year of rugby league because everyone was bigger than me. I went back to playing union after.
What year, what grade was it again? 13s?
Yeah, well, it was actually, I think it was under 12s, but they didn't have enough people to fill the 12, so I had to play up a year, which already, like,
that's
I'm already
tough
the smallest
age.
guy in the field.
I was going to say, that's like an age where like kids start to develop a little bit.
Yeah, then they actually...
There's just such a discrepancy between like the biggest and the smallest.
Yeah.
So I feel for you. I actually had a year off that year because I had stresses in my back.
Yeah. Look, you can't all be as tough as I am. That's okay.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. I'd take that.
Yeah.
Dave, you a big fan this week?
Yeah, I do. I'll go a little bit out of the box. My big fan of the weekend. I had a big weekend last weekend, so I said to myself, I'm staying in this weekend, gonna have a chill one. I spent most of Saturday playing Assassin's Creed Origins, which I'd never played before, and it slaps. You're like,
really?
Yeah, you're in ancient Egypt and just like walking around and stuff, and you get to do like. You're meant to kill the pharaoh in the end, and so you like see all the pyramids and shit like that. It's pretty sick. And I'm not a big gamer, so this was like a big foray for me into the gaming world.
How many hours are we talking?
Oh, Saturday I probably got through maybe 4 or 5.
Fuck it hell, that's sesh.
Yeah, it was
in one hit.
Sesh. Yeah. No, not in one hit. Like I sort of stopped for a bit. Like I watched the footy, so I played a lot in the afternoon. Then I watched the footy. Then after the footy was on, I went back to playing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Assassin's
that was my
Creed.
highlight of the weekend. Assassin's Creed, shout out.
Sometimes those weekends are just the best, hey? You just sit there and lose yourself in a game for a bit.
Yeah, exactly. Although it was annoying because it was raining all week here, and then the weather was beautiful on the weekend, but I'd already been like, I don't want to go out, so.
Good discipline, Dave. That's unbelievable. Well done. A round of applause.
Mate, if you saw the state I was in on Sunday morning last week, then you'd understand why.
Dusty Dave.
Yeah.
Dusty Dave.
Big time.
Dusty Dyor. Well, that's good. That is good. My big fan of the week, I sort of was tossing up between two. They're both really worthy of a mention, but I'm going to go a little bit left of centre.
Yep, like it.
The All-American Rejects.
Yes.
Been playing at like bulk house parties lately.
What do you mean?
You know the band?
Yeah, the band, yeah.
Yeah, and like they sing like Gives You Hell and Move Along. They've just been like going to house parties and doing like a concert.
Just random ones.
Randomly there. And like it sounds just like they were, and it's just so nostalgic. And I was like, that's so good. Like a big band like them. And I think their reason was because like it's so hard to access bands like that these days because they're at like Coachella or we're at all those big festivals. He said, you know what, I'm going to bring it to you guys, and had this house party. Like, it wasn't their house, but like they'd go to a college frat house or whatever and just play. If you haven't seen the videos, check them out.
I'm going to check that out.
It's so like you're sitting there like,
how cool is that?
How good is this? Yeah. So, All American Rejects, shout out. They're big fans of the podcast as well. So.
I'll bet.
Yeah, I read as well that one of their concerts got shut down by the police, and the police came and were telling people to disperse. But then one of the cops was a fan of them, so that he was like, all right, you can play one more song and then shut it down.
Yeah, that's outstanding. So big fan of that. And yeah, special mention. Oh, it might come up in our big fan segment. Actually, I've got our obviously listeners put them in for the merch pack giveaway. And my brother-in-law has sent through a few apparently.
Oh.
Let's see.
But he's got what do they call it when you got a fake name?
Oh,
Alias?
Oh, an alias.
He's got an
burner
alias.
account. He's got a burner account.
So if you find someone pestering you, Dave, in particular, it's probably him.
Oh.
Yeah.
There was,
he knows what he's talking about.
There was another one. There was actually like 2 about me this week, I think.
Okay.
And I've only included one of them, but it wasn't the one I was thinking of that might be his, because the one about me was by a woman. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, it probably is his.
Yeah.
He does it with Triple M. He calls up. He does all the radio stations.
He's just a pest, is he?
Yeah, he called me and he didn't want me to reveal the alias, but we know now.
Okay.
So
I'll have to go back and have another listen.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we're getting into the listeners'
Let's do it.
ones. Let's go. How many we got? We got 3 here.
Let's go. Hey, lads.
My better be big fan of the week is Bianca Munster. Travelling with 3 kids under 3 up to Queensland. She's a legend. Go Queensland.
Yeah, I did see that. That would have been pretty tough.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. 3 kids. No, it would be tough.
It's not too hard, is it?
That is a tough carry.
That's tough carry.
Fuck all
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting that first off the bat.
I remember seeing her post and I was like, yeah, that would be pretty tough. But then, to be fair, if Mun was there, it's 4 kids, so.
Yeah. All right. Next one.
What's going on, lads? Better be a big fan of the week moment for me goes to, and I can't believe I'm saying this, goes to the Brisbane Broncos. Their Black Dog Institute sponsored and inspired blackout kit is bloody phenomenal to me. It's a great shout to the mental health space and where we are as a society, putting mental health in the limelight exactly where it needs to be. Also love that it doesn't look like an All Blacks jersey. It's still true to form as an NRL jersey, but it has that sleek nature, kind of like some of those NFL jerseys that you get. I'm a big fan of the Ravens, so they have an alternative jersey. But yeah, great initiative, great jersey, great kit, shit team. Love your work, gents.
That's a good one.
I don't know who organised that at the Broncos, but that's a
good on them.
I remember seeing that. Like I said, slick jerseys, but even better cause. So.
Yeah. When are they wearing those? Is he around or?
It might be this weekend.
This weekend? Yeah, they're pretty cool. Like Pap said, it's a cool jersey, but even better meaning to it, eh? It's what we need, I guess. It's still pretty big
June
issue.
7, so next round.
Yeah.
Have you guys got a favourite jersey that you've played in?
No, but also special shout out to the Warriors ones on the weekend. They were sick.
Louis Brown.
Oh, did he
Remember
design
Louis
them?
Brown? Yeah, he designed them, yeah.
Oh, they were so sick.
Louis Brown.
They've had 2 cracker jerseys this
I was
year.
going to say, they always got good jerseys, eh?
Yeah.
Do you remember back in the day when there was one year where it seemed like they just had a different jersey every round? There was one that had like paint splatter on it. They had the yellow and black like Scottish tartan jersey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That one got a lot of hate, though, that one.
It did, yeah.
It was like yellow and I think it was a Wellington. They played it in Wellington on it. It was looked like a flannel.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've had some cool
I
ones.
have a few jerseys.
Yeah. All right, last one. Yeah, I'm not stoked about this one.
Yeah.
But I felt the need to play it.
Hey, I'd like to nominate Dyor Dave as the biggest fan. When he was 11, he got Melbourne Storm sheets for his bed, and I have it on good authority that plenty of young ladies got to enjoy those sheets. And maybe one lucky lass even witnessed Dior's debut into manhood on those sheets. They were retired by his mum only 2 years ago after about 14 seasons.
Oh, no. Oh, my. Can we get a... Obviously, you know who that is.
I know. It took me a second. It's it's like a family friend.
Family
of mine.
friend?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, that is
Someone who
awesome.
My parents have clearly clued into some inside knowledge.
That is awesome. Let's vote because I already know.
I also feel the need to say I think she's overestimating when those sheets were retired. It was definitely more than 2 years.
Well,
ago.
let's talk about it after we vote. Let's vote first and then.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah.
I got some questions too.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
2.
2. The Broncos.
Yeah.
What did you say, Hughesey?
2.
Yeah, 2. Yeah, nice. All right. Well, we will reach out and get you your merch pack.
They were all pretty good though.
Can we add some mid-strength beers into that as well?
Yeah, there'll be a mid-strength beers.
Get
There
some
will
middies.
be. I think you're getting maybe 2 packs this week. I think this is an Origin special.
2 packs.
Well, Origin's Wednesday night.
30 beers.
Mid-strength's the one this week.
Yeah.
You're all over that.
Midweek, mid-strength. Watch the footy. Don't get too blind. Although a lot of people.
Don't do a Jeffrey if you're at the game.
Yeah.
Uncle Jeffrey.
Better bear middies.
So you'll send out that pack.
Yeah.
Easy.
Okay, so you had them when you were 11,
Yeah.
and then you only retired them 2 years ago.
No, it was more than 2 years ago. I think
And there
it
was a lot of ladies on them, is
Yeah.
what she was saying.
No, I wouldn't say a lot.
That's brave inviting a
That's-
lady over with storm sheets.
Yeah. Well,
Oh.
yeah, I was going to say, what if a girl's seen a girl sheets on your thing? Surely that's it's not a red flag, but it's
I'm seriously questioning if
is that like a grow up?
Did anyone
or-
ever say anything?
Oh, yeah, people would make comments, but also they would, I mean, it depends who, and they weren't like on my bed all the time. You know, they were in the rotation of bed sheets.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah. And, you know, if they knew me even slightly, they would know about
You're
my
a
passion
fan.
for the Storm. So they would be like, yep, that tracks. That fits. But yeah, definitely when I moved out with my now ex-girlfriend, the sheets didn't make it with us, unfortunately.
Yeah, fair enough.
For good reason.
Yeah.
Oh, I think they would have been good.
No, I don't know.
Nothing wrong with it.
Nah. Well,
Yeah.
alongside the Cameron Munster shrine next to your bed.
Nah, Paps, it's you there.
Yeah,
man. Don't
his
worry.
bobblehead.
Yeah.
His
I still do have my Melbourne Storm like dressing gown robe that I rock around the house, which is a vibe. It's big, purple, and fluffy, so it's good shit.
You are a tragic, eh? Love it.
Yeah, big time.
I don't think
Real
people
big sicko.
realize. Well, if they didn't, they do now.
Yeah. I had every bit of gear back in the day when I was younger. Like, I'm trying to think. I really wanted the Melbourne Storm garden gnome, but my parents never got me that. But I did have I got all the jerseys. You know,
Who's playing
flags.
Origin tomorrow?
What's that?
The Garden Gnome.
The garden gnome? Who's that?
Harry.
Harry. The Melbourne Storm garden gnome, yeah.
You got royalties from that.
Sewer as well. Yeah.
Yeah, Sewer. Sewer, who apparently lives in Brisbane or something.
He lives a trek away. He doesn't
He
drive.
does, and he's got no license.
Yeah, so for everyone asking, because everyone wants Sewer on the pod,
Yeah.
we need to crowdfund him an Uber home so that he can get on the pod.
Yeah, maybe we need a sponsor. Someone sponsor him to
Yeah.
get him.
Or just someone give him
Nah,
a lift.
if we get enough traction, we're happy to put him in an Uber. Which it sounds like he's.
He just gets a train. There's a train station at the front here. You'd be able to get a train here.
Yeah, but you know what he's like. He'd be kicking up a stink about something. What is he like? What is he like that we can give him?
Red Bull.
Yeah, Red Bull. True. Get him a case of any Red Bull sponsors out there. We'll get him a case of Red Bull and he'll come on for sure.
Yeah. Cookie time.
Cookie. Anyone going to New Zealand soon? You can get it from Coles actually.
Actually. Yeah. Right.
I think so. Yeah, or Woolworths. One of them. New Zealand.
Well, yeah, we'll try. But
Yeah,
that's,
we'll get him.
he just lives far, far away and doesn't drive.
And
so
he
that's why.
catches a ride with one of the boys, well, two of the boys. So it'd be unfair to make two of the boys wait for him.
Yeah. And we need to get a booster seat. So we need a pre-warm as well. Seats. Oh, no.
So what's his go with driving? Is he like on his L's? Is he not even?
I think he must be on his L's. He must be on his L's, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Reach out.
I'm
driving
just straight
teachers.
up guessing this, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a license, so it must be his L's. He surely has to have his L's by now. Passenger princess he is.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Time
Yes,
for
sir.
our listeners' question of the week
Yep.
now.
Hey, boys. Big fan of the potty. Quick question for you. If the NRL was to do some sort of a boxing charity night and you could box anyone from another team in the comp, who would it be and why? Let us know.
That's a really good question. First of all, I wouldn't box anyone because I would never do a boxing event because I'd got no hands and I'd definitely be getting knocked out and it'll be in front of lots of people. So no one hit me up for a boxing event, which they probably won't anyway. But if I had to go someone in another team, I'd have to go someone that I think I'm a chance against, which is not many people. Do you have someone? I'm gonna go. Who can I beat?
No limit are going to get a hold of this.
Yeah, I know.
Post it everywhere.
Actually,
well, I've got a list here of the shortest players in the NRL.
yeah, send me
If
that.
that help. Yeah. So the shortest player, according to this list, Joash Papali, 166 centimeters. Trey Fuller, 170. Jai Gray, also 170. Zach Docker Clay, 171. A lot of hookers. Appy, Coruscant, Tom Starling, Brandon Wakeham, Thomas Weaver, Adam Reynolds.
See, I feel like those short guys, I feel like you need to like move your way up the spectrum because the short guys always know how to scrap.
Yeah,
because they always got
they
picked
always,
on.
yeah, they always. What do you call it?
Short man syndrome.
Yeah, and to be
chihuahuas.
fair, you go through all those guys. They're pretty feisty. So, yeah, that'd probably do a bit of damage. I'm just gonna go with my mate Dylan Brown. I reckon I could.
Your man crush.
Yeah. Well, he's not my man crush, and I'm going to show everyone on the fight night that he's not. So
He's not your man crush.
I'll take him on.
Fuck, I don't know. Most recent duel's probably Ronaldo, but
He's got good reach on him, though, I reckon.
yeah, he's got good
he's
reach.
long. He's long.
But it'd be a spectacle, so
I'll tell you what.
more for entertainment.
I don't know, you guys can feel free not to say it, but there might be a few players in the league who would take on Reed Marnie.
Yeah, probably.
Mm.
You'd probably see it'd be a top three.
Who got into him on the weekend? Him and
Someone tackled.
Frankie Mollo.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
There was one the
yeah.
week before too, wasn't there? Someone got tackled in the air.
Yeah, it was that one, I think.
Oh, was it? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he'll know how to throw them too, I reckon. I got a feeling he will. Feisty.
Yeah.
Little feisty man.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd say he'd be in a lot of people's top three, but interesting. Yeah, I don't know.
Come on, Paps, you got to give us an answer.
I said Ronaldo.
Oh, Ronaldo, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not saying I'd win, but I'm saying it's a relevant
It's
cause.
a spectacle, yeah.
It'd be a spectacle, entertainment.
If you had to get in the ring, how much would it cost to get you in there?
Oh,
Triple?
Nah, I don't know if I would, eh?
And no amount of cash? I was thinking the same. You'd be embarrassed. I'd be embarrassed rest of my life. The internet.
Yeah.
That video will be on there the whole getting knocked out.
It just doesn't interest me to like get into the training and then you know, like I feel like I'd be more confident if I trained for it.
Yeah.
But like it doesn't
That you
interest
won't
me.
put
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So I guess it's hard to put a number on it.
Yep. All right, next question.
What is your go-to takeaway food place, and what would be your go-to menu item that you order?
I'll go. I got two. One's a local shop, Chooks and Chips at Q. Love it. I get the chicken snitty burger from there. Add cheese, which is that's a takeaway, but not. It's sort of healthy, so that. But then if after a game, I'm usually KFC. Zinger box with the wicked wings. I don't know what the other ones are called, but I changed them to wicked wings and then extra double tender burger.
And then
if I'm real,
I wasn't stopping there.
If I'm real hungry, I get a bread roll.
Oh yeah.
Which is
You don't go the mash and gravy?
Well, it comes in the box.
Yeah, it comes in the box.
Yeah. So I dip the chips. That's how I eat them.
Oh, yeah.
Chips, dip. Only the halfway. I don't want to go all the way because then I get full. Zinger, 3 wings, burger. Actually, bread roll first. Dip it in the gravy.
Yeah. And what's your drink of choice?
Do the do, brother.
Yeah.
The do.
Yeah. You
Mountain
knew that way too.
Dewy. Yeah, well, I say it after every game, so I go to the order the bro after every game.
So what was it? Your order and a menu, like first order.
Yep.
Like takeaway.
Your favorite
spot
takeaway, and then what do you order?
Wait, so takeaway. Is it the same like thing?
I don't think it has to be takeaway, but did she say takeaway?
Yeah, she said takeaway.
So like
Oh, yeah.
first like Uber Eats. You know what I'm big for?
it could be Uber Eats.
Like my Uber Eats regular is probably grilled. I'll get either a mustard and pickled or there's like a beef one. It's got heaps of barbecue sauce in it. What it's called.
Chicken Uber Eats.
Uber Eats. Mustard and pickled slaps though, and because we don't get those burgers after the
You
game,
don't mind it.
Yeah,
that's because we have grilled after the game. I can't eat. Before we got it, I could eat it. Now I just can't. But that's not a bad idea. Just ordering a different burger. Nuggies.
Bonfire barbecue.
Mm.
I'll get here we go. I got it here. Chicken bites, 6 chicken bites.
Yep, there's the nuggies.
Sweet potato chips, bonfire barbecue, and chipotle mayo dip.
Oh,
and that really hits the spot. And then like a menu item, if I was to order, oysters. Love oysters. Love oysters. Really? If they're on a menu, I'm getting that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like those big puffed up bread things with salt on them at like an Italian restaurant.
What are they called? I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah. Like not focaccia, but I know the ones you mean, like the round ones. Yeah. So they're like airy in the middle.
Yeah. That, and then just dipping it into whatever's around. So.
Yeah. What's your like go-to for toppings on oysters?
Vinaigrette? Do you like the vinaigrette or
squeeze a lemon?
Yeah. I'll have them natural, to be honest.
I like both. I like vinaigrette, but then you also got to have that natural. Get that natural sea.
Yeah, that natural juice.
Sea taste.
Natural juice.
Sea tasties.
That's me. Yeah.
All right. One more question.
Hey, fellas. Big fan here, but this is not for the big fan moment. This is just a question for you. If you could play with any Storm player from the past, alive or dead, who would it be and why? Cheers, mates. You're doing an absolutely awesome job. This is seriously my favourite podcast.
Oh, thanks, Dale.
Thank you. Thanks for that.
It's very nice.
Good question.
Outside the big three, because that feels
that was gonna be
an obvious answer.
Yeah.
Well, I played with them, so I got one that's easy. I got 2. I got one GI. He's, to be fair, he's probably in the top, the big 4 anyway.
Yeah.
But I remember just watching him, and he was just. And I remember one thing Cooper Cronk said to me. He was like, I used to just I've never played with someone like him. I used to just pass him the ball, and then just start running up the field because he knew he would make a line break, and then.
That's literally what I do now. Because I'm like, and from Cooper saying that.
Yeah.
He'd just be like, whenever I knew how dangerous our edges were, especially GI. If we ever got in the ball, I was just chasing through the middle to get a try. I'm like,
well,
it's working.
Yeah. So, and then just to see his his aura, I reckon it's just like, holy shit, like now. He was crazy. And then, there's a few, but I reckon Tawara Nico, he was. I didn't really watch him because I wasn't watching footy back then, but I remember that the story about the grand final where he was apparently at halftime they were down 14-8 or something, and he done a big speech and then just put them on his back in that second half. So someone like that, real inspirational. Probably didn't talk much, but he just done all the dirty work. So someone like him. And then you talk to him now, you sort of know him now, and he's such a good fellow, and you can sort of tell he was that player that everyone wanted to play with. So, big T, I reckon.
Yeah. I'm going to steal your GI one. I think that was fun. Just imagine passing him the ball or just knowing he's outside you and off he goes. So, that'd be mine. And then I know we said no big 3, but I reckon it would have been good to play with Cooper just to see how he, organises. I feel like we're sort of similar-ish in a way, personality-wise. And I just would have liked to see how we'd gone together on the field, knowing that. So, I know you said no big 3, but I feel like, someone I've been like, oh, that actually would have been really cool.
Just had to, eh?
Yeah. Good question, and thank you for keep sending them in, guys. We'd love hearing, the big fans out in public, and love hearing the listeners' questions a week when you guys come in here too. So. Appreciate the support, appreciate the love. We're working on some merch, so hopefully we can get something cooking. But yeah, we do realise a lot of you are hanging out for it. So we thought we'd mention it. And big Origin week. So good luck to Munster. Hopefully not
go
too
Mun.
good. But yeah, go the Blues.
Go
We'll see
Mun.
you next week.
Enjoy Origin. Make sure you get some mid-strength, better beer
Mid-strength,
for the
better
night.
beers.
Or go full strength if you want.